Okay, so this experiment is regarding the losses. So as we have discussed, the losses are classified into two. One is major loss, another one is minor loss. So in fluid mechanics, the major loss is considered as friction loss. So all the losses like losses due to bend, losses due to elbow, joints, fittings, sudden expansion, sudden contraction, all these are considered as the minor losses. So we are going to find the friction loss in this set of pipes between some fixed ends. So what is the purpose of finding these losses? While designing the pump, if we don't consider the losses, we may under design the pump, in which case the pump will not satisfy the requirements. So we have to first calculate the loss, then we have to include those losses in pump design. The losses may be very small in this case because the length of the pipe is very small, but once if the length of the pipe is very large, to say some 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers, the losses is having much significance. So we cannot just ignore these losses for calculation of the pump design. So the friction loss calculation is very important in pump design. So what is the procedure? The basic for this is the Darcy equation, which is head loss due to friction is equal to 4FL V square by 2GD. So in that, F is the friction factor, L is the length of pipe across which we are calculating the friction, V is the velocity of the water flowing through the pipe, G the gravity, and D the diameter. So only unknown thing here is the friction factor. So we can measure the length of the pipe, we know the diameter of the pipe. To calculate the velocity, we have the water meter here with which we can calculate the velocity. So let us go to the procedure now. So I have three set of pipes of known diameter. So I shall fix this pipe. Let us say the diameter of this pipe is say 20 mm, which is known to me. If it is not known, I will be using the vernier caliper or some other gauge to find the diameter of this pipe, which is known to me. And I know the length across which I calculate the friction. Suppose I have two ends, one end is here. Let us take the second pipe, one end is here which is being tapped, the other end is here. So between these two ends, I am going to calculate the friction loss. So what is the length here? From that point to this point, I can easily measure. That length for this experiment comes around 3 meters. So length is known, diameter is known. Now we shall calculate what is the loss between these 2 points. For that we have a device called differential manometer, which gives us the reading between 2 points in a single pipe or 2 points in two different pipes. Now we have single pipes, so it will give the pressure difference between these 2 points, and we assume that the pressure difference between these 2 points is merely due to the friction loss. Now we can see that. Let us keep this wall completely open for the first set of reading. Let us keep this wall completely open because we are going to experiment on this. The other two walls will be by default, it will be closed. We are going to work on this second pipe. Okay, so let us assume that, let us say that it is completely open. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to find two parameters. One is the pressure loss between that end and this end, between these two ends. Another thing is, we are going to find the discharge through this water meter. So these two parameters we are going to find. Now coming to the procedure, if you take the tabular column, we will be having something called differential manometer reading. In that we will be having two sub columns by the name left limb and right limb reading. Now let us see that here. So this is the left limb reading, this is the right limb reading. So it is containing mercury, which we can easily see here. It is having a U-tube, it is having a reservoir here, so it is coming down and it is having a rise here. So the pressure of this pipe is being deflected at this end. The pressure of this pipe is deflected and it is shown here. So now this is called left limb and a scale is attached to each limb. So we can easily find out the readings. Now let us say for the fully opened wall, the left limb reading is coming around 15 centimeter. So we have to note down in the tabular column as 15 centimeter for the left limb reading, and for the right limb reading it is coming around 23.5. So this is the first reading with regards to the differential manometer. So left limb reading, right limb reading. So what is this reading represents? It represents the pressure difference between 2 points for fully opened wall. So with this pressure difference we can calculate the head loss between these 2 points. Now coming to the for finding the velocity, we have the flow meter. Now let us see how to take the readings in the flow meter. Now this is our flow meter. We can see that we have a red needle which represents the flow of water in the pipe. Now we have to take a stopwatch and we have to make sure that it is being started at some reference points. Let us say now it is touching 70. Yes, it is touching 70. Now I have stopwatch. Now it is counting down 1 liter, 2 liters, like that it will count. Once it is coming to 80, it means that it has 10 liters of water has passed through this water meter. So each division represents 1 liter. So 70 to 80 means 10 liters of water has flowed down. Now it is coming and it is now touching 80. Yes, I have to stop the stopwatch now. Now that time taken for this 10 liters of water flow has to be noted down for corresponding pressure gauge, the manometer reading. So once the wall was fully open, the time taken will be very slow. Our time taken will be very small because the water will be flowing at a faster rate. More water will be flowing. Once I close the wall, the time taken will slowly come down. Okay, correspondingly we have to take down the time taken for the corresponding manometer readings and we have to perform the calculations. Now we have taken the first set of readings. We have noted down the time. We have noted down the time taken from the flow meter. So that is the condition for the fully open condition. When the wall is kept fully open, so we have taken the readings from the differential manometer and from the flow meter readings. Now what we have to do is we have to slowly adjust this wall in such a way that in the left limb or in the right limb. If you take the left limb, once we close this wall, the pressure difference will reduce. The left limb reading will rise and the right limb reading will come down. So slowly we have to adjust in such a way that it comes down for at least 5 mm or 10 mm. Let us adjust this wall slowly and make sure that slowly we are adjusting this wall now so that the right limb reading or the left limb reading comes down. Yes, now it is coming down. Let us say that 1 centimeter or 10 mm it comes down. Or 20 mm, whatever it is. So we have reduced the flow rate. Now accordingly the pressure difference has reduced. Now correspondingly for this set of reading, we have to note down the time taken for 10 liters of water flowing through this water meter again. And again we have to change this wall position. Accordingly, correspondingly the pressure difference will vary and hence the manometer reading, and we have to note down the time taken in the water meter. So we have to take some 5 to 6 set of readings by varying the wall position, and we have to note down left limb reading, right limb reading and time taken for 10 liters of water flowing through this water meter. Then we have to perform the calculations.